All right, everybody. Thanks for having us this afternoon on a beautiful day in the Northeast. I'm Jim. I'm with Rothoblaas USA. I'm the area manager for the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, including New England. And joining me in the gallery is Nathan Mackey. He's our technical representative in the New England area, and we're pleased to be here. We're looking forward to meeting everybody at the conference on Thursday evening and Friday. So as you, if the questions don't come this afternoon and you think of them after, we'll be there in earnest, and we're looking forward to answering them. So a lot of folks may be new to Rothoblaas. We're a company. We're based in Northern Italy. We are part of the subsidiary in the US. We're based in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with a warehouse and a distribution center there. And we have representation throughout North America, which is in Canada, and then also in the US. So we're growing, and we look forward to serving the passive house community. I think most people know us from our work in the mass timber arena with solutions around what is going on in the mass timber market with cross-laminated timber buildings. And not a lot of folks know about us in the US for our efforts in passive house. So hopefully today I'll give you a little bit of a taste of what we do at Rothoblaas and what we're doing in the passive house community to support high performance buildings. Presentation today is going to be really broken down into two parts. We're going to go pretty quickly through the first part, which is an introduction to who we are, and then we'll dig in a little bit to our envelope solutions with our resources and just give you some guidance as to how to find information about all our envelope solutions. So here we go. So Rothoblaas, we're a worldwide company. We're a multinational company. Again, we're based in the northern part of Italy in the Alpine region. We have subsidiaries throughout the world. We're planning on doing about $150 million this year. We have employees just over 500 and growing, and we have 25 different subsidiaries. Each one of these squares represents a subsidiary throughout Central Europe, to Australia, to New Zealand, to South America, Mexico, and Canada, and then here we are in the East Coast of the US. We have 5 product lines, and we have way over 500 products. The history of Rothoblaas actually started back in the 1990s. Basically, one man by the name of Robert Blass started out selling woodworking tools from the back of his van. And at that time, the timber industry, especially engineered timber, was growing in Europe. So there was an opportunity to service the carpentry or the woodworker category, is what we call it at Rothoblaas, with machinery for cutting timber as far as carpentry. And as that whole timber segment grew with engineered timber, there was opportunities to start to develop our product portfolio, which is concealed connectors and fasteners and screws and a number of different solutions around that. So we've grown through that time. We've been involved in a number of different multi-story buildings throughout the world, and we have 5 product lines, which I'll go through shortly. And just recently, we opened up our new facility, which is a all timber warehouse that's fully automated. And that is now our central distribution center that services the world. So again, we're in the Alpine region of Northern Italy. We have a sales force in 50 plus countries. We have individual warehouses in a lot of our subsidiaries where they serve that country, and we do over 100,000 shipments per year. This is a picture of the inside of that mass timber warehouse, which is quite a story unto itself. It's a low carbon effort to meet our sustainability goals, which is part of our vision. So what kind of projects do we get involved with? We get involved with all sorts of projects that involve wood structures. So homes and solid timber structures, which is that category of mass timber, cross-laminated timber, and all the variants around that, glue-lam type of projects. We get involved with timber frame projects, which means light frame timber projects. We get involved with the panelized groups here in the US and in Canada and across the world. And then we get involved with heavy timber projects, which is your typical post and beam or your mortise and tenon projects that we see so much in the US as far as that timber frame type of structure. And also Rothoblaas here in the US and in Canada is part of the Timber Framers Guild. We're very much involved with that as well. We also get involved with log homes, similar to timber framing. We see this throughout our northern neighbor in Canada and also through Scandinavia. We also have outdoor structures, which has been very popular with the COVID crisis, people doing more structures outdoors. We get involved with all different service class of structures in those different service classes, near the ocean and then in arid climates as well. So we have a whole category of fasteners and connectors, fasteners for cladding. We also are involved with structural restoration projects, which is a big thing in Europe. They love to restore their old buildings, and we have a number of different solutions for preserving timber structures within buildings, different floor systems, and being able to make these structures much better performing for the comfort, the durability, and then also the energy efficiency of these old structures. What kind of customers do we serve? We serve the carpentry area, which is what we say in the US and in North America, our builders. We're involved with major developers, the ones that are planning out large scale projects. And then we're also involved with the designers. That's the category of architects and engineers and planners. And here's our product categories. So we're involved with fasteners, so long screws, a different range of applications, concealed plates. You can see some of the plates and some of the post bases, some of the column bases that we have. We have a whole category, which is where we'll be going and talking a little bit about our air tightness categories, soundproofing, acoustics. It's a big area of growth for us. And then we have a category of fall protection to outfit buildings with lifelines for the safety of the workers. And then we have tools and machines as well. So we also are involved with topics, and I'll show you how to navigate to these areas where you can take deep dives into energy efficiency, looking at durability and fire protection of wood structures. Topics as far as construction site safety, which is something that we're doing more of here in the US. And then also there's topics and deep dives with mass timber buildings. We also have a program in our headquarters in Northern Italy called Roto School. We're putting a tremendous amount of resources into this effort that has really been bolstered this year. Coming 2022, we now have a dedicated staff that is running this schooling, and you can look forward to this coming to North America and also to the United States. We have a major initiative in our building and our footprint in Cortaccia, Italy. We take our sustainability efforts very seriously, and these are just some of the initiatives that we have going on at our building in Cortaccia. So if you're ever in the area and would like to tour our facility, please get in touch with us, and we'd be happy to set up a tour. So that's the first part. Second part is I just want to go through just briefly resources and how to get them. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through a couple slides, and then I'm going to try to get onto our website where I can show you the actual sites where you can dig in. And then if we have a little bit of time remaining, I'll go through the catalog just a little bit. So basically, this is our category, which I thought was going to be most interest to the passive house community, which is our tapes and our sealants and our membranes. These are the resources where you can find deeper information. If you go to our product web pages, there's technical data sheets and videos. Our reference catalogs are those catalogs that we hand out to folks that are in circulation. They're paper catalogs, and they're great resources, not just for product information, but there's building science information in there as well. And then back on our website, I'll show you how to get to topics and the technical details to take deeper dives into all the topics that I mentioned before. So when we get involved with our membranes and our envelope solutions, and you look at our catalog, we have an array of different solutions. There's actually 333 pages of information in that reference catalog. And the reason we have so many different selections is because we operate around the world. We operate in many different climate zones, from Arctic climate zones to the tropics. And we have subsidiaries in all of them. So we're trying to service all of them as far as the performance of an envelope. And that's why we have so many different membrane categories that I'll just go through a little bit in the next slide. This is something that you'll see in our technical topics area, looking at different assemblies for Arctic zones, cold climate zones, temperate warm climate zones, warm climates, hot climates, and then very, very hot climates. So you can dig into here and you can see the types of recommendations that we have for weather-resistant barriers, air tightness strategies for the given climate zone. When we get into our membranes, there's there's 4 different categories of them. There's barriers, there's vapor stops, there's control membranes, and then there's weather-resistant barriers under this Traspere category. The barriers are complete vapor barriers. They have low permeability. We see them used a great deal in our Nordic climates, and then in northern Canada, where they want to have a very, very low permeability to stop vapor from moving into that wall assembly. And then as we move up this line, we get into more and more permeability. The vapor category has a little bit more permeability. And then we get into our control membranes, which are the variable permeability membranes. We actually have 4 of those types of membranes that are on the market for us to pick and choose on depending on the category. And then we have the Traspere category, which is the weather-resistant barriers that are for waterproofing and then for a secondary air barrier in order to protect the building. Let me just take my time. Okay, got a little bit more time here. So let me just go to the website and I'll show you exactly some of these categories. So this is our main website. If you go to the top toolbar, you'll see products, you'll see catalogs and topics. Products, again, are all of our web pages that are constantly refreshed all the time. So if we get a new product, we can't go back out to our catalogs and change the content on them. So we change it on our website. If we get a certification, if we get new engineering certification, that all gets refreshed into the web pages. If you go into catalogs, these are all our published catalogs or brochures that we may have in circulation. We have a series of new product additions to 2022 that we're starting to get the word out on. Here's one for our tapes and our sealants and our membranes. And then lastly is this topics area. So you can take some deep dives into finding out more about CLT and mass timber, our timber frame category, which includes heavy timber and light frame, outdoor category, which is all those outdoor structures and outdoor cladding, energy efficiency, which is basically all the air tightness and waterproofing categories, and then our structural restoration, and then also our construction site safety. So if we go back here to our membrane category, just
Jim,
watching
I'm
my time.
I'm still seeing the PowerPoint presentation.
Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Can you see?
Yes.
Ethan, see
Yeah,
the
we're good
catalog?
now.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I don't know if folks missed, did folks miss the website stuff? I guess not. Okay. So in our catalog, we have, and I'm just going to go through this really quickly. A couple different categories here. You can look at all of our gasketing, our acrylic tapes, which include all our connection tapes for membrane connections and windows. And then there are some gaskets and sealants for window applications. We get involved a lot with fasteners for exterior insulation applications. We do a great deal of this, especially with the wood fiber community and with mineral wool. And then we have a whole category for roofing applications. This is very European in style, but you can take a look at it and see what they do in Europe. And then in our membrane category, we have all of our vapor barriers, our vapor stops, our weather resistant barriers, and then we have some tooling. So let me go back to the membrane category. When you get into the breathable membranes, one thing to pick out if you ever go into our catalog is really do a little bit of a deep dive on the technology that we offer. We offer microporous membranes and we offer monolithic membranes. There's advantages to each of those that are very interesting. And if you'd like, we'd be more than happy to kind of go through that if you want to stop by our booth at the conference. Lots to pick from, lots of applications, no matter what climate zone you're in. So I'd like to open it up for questions. See what kind of questions. I have one here from Nathan. It says we can't see the website. So okay, Nathan jumped in on that one. Thanks, Nathan. So anybody have any questions? We're kind of running on time. Well, again, I appreciate everybody's time, and we look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday and Friday. Please come by our booth and introduce yourselves and ask us questions about how we can help you in your projects. We look forward to getting more involved in the passive house community. We're seeing more of this combination of mass timber buildings and passive house being kind of combined into these hybrid structures. So it's very, very exciting for the future. So we appreciate it. Again, I'm Jim with Rothoblaas and Nathan's on, so just look us up. All right, thanks a bunch. See you next Thursday.